everyone, Veronica here, and I'm back in the Daily Kitchen today. We're going to be talking about pantry organization. So if you're new to my channel, I follow Dr. Michael Greger's dietary recommendations, which he calls the Daily Dozen. The Daily Dozen is just basically a list of some of the healthiest foods which nourish our body, and Dr. Greger recommends we have a certain number of servings of each food group every day. So if you've tried following the Daily Dozen, it's a really great system for planning meals and keeping a healthy diet. However, there is a lot that kind of goes into it if you're trying to stick to the Daily Dozen every day. Now, I follow the Daily Dozen every day, but it is a challenge sometimes meal prepping and planning my meals ahead of time. And I realize that's partially due to the lack of organization in my pantry. Several of the Daily Dozen foods are actually shelf stable and can be stored in a pantry, specifically legumes, whole grains, some of the vegetables, nuts, things like that. So having an organized pantry can actually help for meal planning. Now, to solve my problem of lack of organization in my pantry, I went to Amazon and I wanted to find the best-selling food pantry organization containers, which led me to this set right here. This set was really inexpensive. I think I got it for about $40, and it contains 24 containers of various sizes. So we're going to open this box up. I'm going to do a little unboxing so you can see what these containers look like. Then we're going to check out my unorganized pantry. We're going to take the Daily Dozen foods, fill these containers with a lot of those foods, and then organize my pantry so that meal planning and meal prep is really simple. So let's get started. Okay, this set of pantry organization containers that I found on Amazon includes 6 tall containers, 6 large containers, 6 medium containers, and 6 small containers. And the box comes with dimensions as you see on your screen right here. So let's open this box up and see what these containers actually look like. Like I mentioned, this is the best-selling set right now on Amazon, so I'm excited to see what these are looking like. Okay, so I finished unboxing this set of 24 pantry storage food containers from Amazon. The brand is called Comenthi, and this was the best-selling set on Amazon, which is why I purchased it. And I can see why people are buying it because putting it together was really easy. The pieces feel really sturdy. You can actually even use these in the microwave, and they're dishwasher safe. So I like the variety of sizes for the price. I like that they come with these cute little labels as well as a marker right here to label your food containers. And I think these are going to fit in my pantry nicely. So let's open my pantry and I'm going to show you the nightmare that is in there right now. Okay, so it is a miracle that I'm actually able to meal prep and meal plan each week with a pantry that is this disorganized. As you can see, I have some containers in there. I've tried to organize it by type, but it just turns into this, which is why I purchased these containers. So my goal is to take these containers, fill them with specifically Daily Dozen foods, and then have those foods available in here so when I'm meal planning, I can just grab out the container that I want to use for the week and create a meal plan based on that. And then also here's the other pantry that I have, and that one looks the same, okay? So thank you for letting me share with you my very disorganized pantry. Let's get this in shape so that I can meal plan and meal prep for the Daily Dozen quickly and easily each week. So let's get started. Okay, I've gone ahead and pre-labeled these labels with this chalkboard marker. I just kind of did generic, basic titles for these. Like I just put beans, 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 beans instead of all the specific types in case I want to change any of those. But I did want to make sure that I have for the Daily Dozen some basic generic labels. So next I'm going to unpack my pantry and start filling the containers, and then lastly I'll put on these labels. Okay, we've got basically everything out of the pantry. I'm just going to wash those containers, wipe everything down, and then start filling them and restocking my pantry. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with the purchase that I made with these containers. The next thing I need to do is plan ahead with what I'm going to fill in each container. Now, the Daily Dozen has dietary recommendations for each food group, specifically, for example, legumes, whole grains, and some of those require me to eat more of each food group each day, like whole grains and legumes. So I want to be able to stock the most amount of each of those items so that I don't have to keep refilling little tiny containers of foods that I eat on a regular basis the most of. Now, like I've mentioned in previous videos, I do buy a lot of my foods in bulk on Amazon. So I'm going to be just taking the bulk bags and filling these containers with them. Now, I do have some bags of food that are already open, so I am going to be using what's called the first in, first out storage method for food. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open these bags here that aren't open, pour those foods into the container first, and then fill it with the bag that's already open. That way I can use this item first when I'm digging into the container, and then I'll get down to this part after I've used all of this food first. Alright everyone, so this is what the final look of my Daily Dozen organized pantry looks like. Over here on the counter I have some whole wheat flour and my homemade whole wheat baking mix. And then up here I have the Daily Dozen items that are shelf stable organized in my pantry according to type. So in the top row I have all whole grains, pastas, rice, oats, quinoa. And then over here on the middle shelf, I have legumes. So I have 4 different types of beans, 2 different types of lentils. Then I have the Daily Dozen turmeric. I also have some tomato powder. And then over here I have some cans of food, vegetables, some coconut milk, more vegetables like olives and bell peppers, and then just some assorted pantry staples that I am going to keep on hand for additional meal preparation. And then over here in this cupboard, at the top I have baking supplies. I have sugar, baking soda, baking powder, things like that. And then over here I have spices. These are also leafy greens. I have basil, oregano, garlic powder, salt. And then down here I have some other pantry staples like popcorn, some homemade tea that I like to make, some chocolate chips for baking, and some cornmeal. All right, well, this was a lot of fun. I'm super excited about my new pantry. I can't wait to make videos sharing with you how I do meal plans based on this new pantry setup. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you like it and subscribe to my channel for more Daily Dozen meal prep tips and tricks. All right, see you in the next video. Bye.